Bro, like, how bad is this, Jeff, when the wrestlers are crying in the ring every week? How literally?
The theory that it was inaudible because
at the same time that they've been, feeding into you this idea that you're supposed to
make us think that he about to talk about this person serious. So I'm like, it doesn't necessarily count as a rep. It's not a, kendo stick or anything like that.
And I don't like that idea. He wouldn't have had a promo. But, like, for realizing like this is the first time Logan Paul has shown up since he won.
He said, "You're out here. You're out here."
Do we push him to the back or what?
Let me get it. Oh, hell yeah. It's your boy, Small Austin 316 of the 2KWE. And joining me today is none other than B Ray. What's going on, girl?
What's going on? Welcome back, y'all.
We're all here. It's going to be me and you today. And
just us two.
Yep. I think it was a great show, starting off with the main event for the title. I was like, has it been 30 days already? I know they're not going to do my girl like this, Bailey. Like, what's going on? But, Tiffy time ruined the party for everybody. I was wondering what kind of finish it was going to be. What were your thoughts on this main event?
So before even when they announced it last week, I knew that Tiffany would get herself involved anyway. So I'm like, just let us get a good show, let them put on a good match until Tiffany shows up. Sure enough, they did do what they were supposed to do. They gave us a good match, of course. I do like Bailey and Naomi when they work in the ring together. They have really dope in-ring chemistry. And being that they are friends outside the ring, it just makes it even more better. But of course, it's Tiffy time. I'm a huge fan of Tiffany Stratton, so I was excited to even put two and two together that she would show up, and of course she did. So my mind already racing. I'm thinking triple threat at Backlash. So, but it was a good match for what it was, even before the interruption.
I gotta admit. Like, I was like, boo. I even wrote that on my notes, like big letters, boo, right when she came in. I was like, oh, come on. I'm not 100% sold on Tiffy time.
Not yet.
Not yet. I got to get over the hump. That to me, the visuals aspect is like a Tiffany Trish Stratus.
Okay, I see that.
And I know I've mentioned that before.
Yeah.
But it's wearing off. Right? She's doing a little something different, but not totally 100% sold on it. And I don't want to feel like they're pushing her on us, but we've been seeing a lot of Tiffy time, and I didn't. You thought she was coming from the beginning. That was the last person on my mind. I thought it was going to be a clean win, face versus face, but you can't guess them right. Now, the last time these two women faced were in 2020. That last match in Saudi Arabia was Bailey, and just like the announcer said, it was two totally different characters, two totally different women at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a solid match. I think it was a slow starter, but once she did that little sunset flip in the corner and then transition into that submission move, that's when it started picking up. I liked it. I was like, oh, that's when I put my pen down and I was like, oh, okay, let me watch instead of just trying to take shorthand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I liked it, that move. And then that's when it was gearing up. And then we see Bailey had to resort to the belly to Bailey slam, or Bailey to belly slam, on the announce table. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, so that's a little desperation move, the bum knee and all of that stuff. But it was a solid one for me. What about for you?
Yeah, I definitely. So I would probably get like maybe a 7 out of 10. Like you said, it's been a while since Bailey and Naomi wrestled, so I'm glad that we got them back with two completely different characters. Like you said, I'm hopefully if they pull the trigger again on Bailey versus Naomi again, give us a solid match through and through, top to bottom, no interruptions, no distractions, anything like that, no disqualification, nothing like that.
Well, it's gonna be a triple threat probably at this point.
Yeah, Backlash. Yeah, so Backlash will be the triple threat.
Right, it'll probably be a triple threat. Moving along, let's hit it up from the start. Number one contender for Cody at Backlash, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. At this point, it seems like these guys are just destined to make history for like the next 2 or 3 years. We're probably gonna be in the future saying those two names a lot together. I think AJ still got a lot left in the tank, and no matter what age LA Knight is, I think he still got a good run in him before anybody starts thinking about packing it up and going home and riding off into the sunset. So lately, I just been feeling like, oh, these two again. And then it's not in a bad way. It's just like, oh, we're not going to let go. We're just going to keep going on with this one, right? Well, how do you feel about that?
So I think, I can't remember. I think it was the second to last match they were in together. I put them officially on my Fight Forever list. Like, those are two people that can literally fight every week, and I would not have a problem with it. Like, their chemistry, how they rub off on each other, feed off on each other as far as in the ring, the promos, everything with both of them is absolutely phenomenal. And like you said, hopefully AJ got more in the tank. And I know he was talking about like retiring and his plans on retiring, but I'm all for him staying for a little longer because LA Knight and AJ, they have the potential to go down as one of the best feuds in WWE history. So for me, I'm glad they opened it up with that match. Of course, because the women got the main event, but that was definitely a good, like, set the bar tone as far as SmackDown. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. And, you know, normally I don't interact with silliness on internet, but somebody made a comment like, oh, somebody made a comment like, oh, LA Knight's gonna win, and then somebody else made a comment like, no, he's not, and then they're like, well, you doing drugs. That was that was the reply. And I just sat back and laughed, and then as soon as I seen LA Knight dominating for the first 5 minutes, I went back to that post. I'm looking for that post, and I'm like, yeah, as soon as I seen him dominate, he's gonna lose. And sure enough, the eye poke of doom, like, what is going on? It's the Three Stooges around here. AJ resorted to the 1965 eye poke of doom, and he gets to win off of it. Like, wow.
Right.
What, like, that's dirty for LA Knight. I'd rather get pinned clean, but that's the character that AJ's going for right now. And I like it. I like it. I wanted to get a little bit more down and dirty, more down and dirty with AJ. I want him to get a little bit more down and dirty, but hopefully they're saving it for Backlash or I mean, for the title match. I'm sorry.
Because like I said, it's still not over between them. I feel like they got a lot more. You can still do. Have they done the stipulation match yet?
I don't think so.
So you got a lot more. You can do a steel cage. You can do a no DQ. So I think it's still time for them to keep adding more fire to that feud. Yeah.
Now, I know I've been waiting all week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm like a little fly that just landed on a picnic table like this all week long. Solo comes out. Did you think any other way in a suit coming out of the ride?
Was not expecting the suit. I was literally expecting him to come out in just regular gear like he usually do when he pull up with Roman, but a suit, I was not expecting that.
I in the back of my mind, I was like, I think this man's gonna pull it and he's gonna come out in a suit. Now it wasn't a full but you know, he had the turtleneck and the suit, but it was still Solo Sikoa. You'd be like, oh damn. Even Paul Heyman turned around like, oh, nice suit.
Yep.
Right now, they've been saying it all over in every wrestling podcast. The experts, they know way much more than us, and it's starting to seem like they're onto something, because it looks like our boy Paul Heyman's sequestered under lock and key. He's held hostage by the new bloodline. He's held hostage, like
he don't know what to do.
He better do what they damn tell him to do, because as soon as he could say anything else, Tama Tonga's right behind him to stir in the fear. Now, this was something that just hit me out of left field. Where's Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
Take me to Kevin Owens. Like, oh, wait, hold on. You already got somebody you're going to trice up with the new Bloodline? And then they kept us in a loophole with that one. What are your thoughts on this opening new introduction of the new Bloodline? Oh man, it's just one fat juicy steak for the last 3 years. And it's like the closer we get to the bone in the middle, the juicier it becomes. I got like 14 napkins. I'm like, oh man, you know, I'm not even taking a sip of my drink. That's how juicy this steak is. Tell us how you feel about this, Brittany.
How in the world can they keep us interested in a storyline that's been happening literally for almost 4 years? Like, every time, like you said, every time we think it's over with, every time we think it's done, they add another layer. And I think this may be the best layer that they've added. It's just something more menacing about this bloodline. Like, it's literally like 10 steps above what Roman did. Like, you had that evil swag, you had that aura there, but it's something literally like top tier menacing levels with this bloodline. It's giving NWO Wolfpack. I absolutely love it. It's refreshing, and literally it's pretty much mapping out the way Roman said it. Like, if I'm not here, Solo,
that's right,
is going to take over. But the interesting thing is, if that's the case, did Roman tell Solo to go that hard, to be like what he's doing now? That's the $1 million question.
From the interaction with Paul Heyman, it don't look like, you know,
right.
Paul's like, you know, but listen, I don't know, I may be a little bit out the loop, out of touch. I'm pushing half of a century in a few years in my age, so maybe you could enlighten me. Girl, what the fuck is MFT? Because he said, please, somebody, come on, y'all. Dirt Sheet Radio Nation, what the fuck is MFT? Because I need to know.
I'm a younger millennial and I still have no idea what that is. And hopefully I literally Google, I'm like, MFT slang. And I'm like, that can't be, because what I thought was marriage family therapist. I'm like, that can't be it. So I'm like, what is MFT?
And I'm over here thinking, my motherfucking dude, or
I was literally check. I'm like, what is M? I'm like, I'm scrolling like MFT. Like, what is that? What does that mean? But
my future tribal chief or something. I don't know what that was, but man, I was like searching the internet real quick, just like you. Like, what is MFT? So I was like, I'm lost. But where is KO? They go to find him. We cut to commercial. Here we go again.
Yep.
Our fearless leader, our new emperor of the dynasty that is being dubbed the Paul Levesque era. I've been hearing people say it's the Renaissance era. I like that. I like it a lot. I like that too. But they're going with Paul Levesque era, the Paul Levesque era. They keep hammering that one in. So, man, we knew new titles were coming, right? Because we seen it on Monday. We knew it. Yep. We knew new titles were coming. I thought it was just going to be the same titles that they showed us Monday, right?
Oh boy.
But like in blue.
Right.
Oh
boy.
boy. I was like Spanky from the Little Rascals. Oh boy. They went old school. And those are the throwbacks from the 90s, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they didn't, you know what? They didn't zoom in, Brittany. They didn't zoom in close enough to my liking because I wanted to see the fine detail if it said the WWE or if they just replaced the WWE logo with the WWE logo, the scratch logo. They took that off because they didn't give us a good. What are your thoughts on man? Oh man, I popped.
So literally when you look at the world tag titles on Raw, they look like the world heavyweight championship title. So I'm thinking, okay, so we're about to get something that kind of looks like the undisputed title or the women's championship. Wrong. When I saw that, when I don't even think the cloth was halfway up, when I saw, I'm like, oh yeah, totally different, blown away. Dope tribute to the 90s, the Attitude Era. That's probably the best looking title on WWE right now, as of now. Top to bottom, dope. I think I'm gonna have to buy one of those. I have to.
It blew me away. And it don't take it takes quite a bit to blow me away. But yeah, it's straight shooting. It blew me away. New tag title.
They did away. You know, one of my pet peeves is keeping the WWE logo dead smack in the middle. So it's there, but it's not the big focal point. So that's pretty much what did it for me. So I'm like, yeah, I got to get one of those. I absolutely top to bottom 10 out of 10.
Man, all that's left is Cody to do a little something to put the wing eagle back.
Hey Cody, I got a recommendation. Bring back the wing eagle, because literally, if you bring back wing eagle, man.
I see some beautiful variations of the wing eagle in white with chrome and platinum and gold. And I'm like, if he brings that back, man.
You know, he big on red, white, and blue. So if he got to do that, throw some splashes of red, throw some splashes of blue on the straps, it work.
Right. All right. So these knuckleheads come out. I'm hoping they're transitional champions. Me as a fan, I'm like, but they are entertaining. I love to hate them. Let's put it where it's at. I love to hate them. They are entertaining, but I'm like, hopefully they hold it for like 30 days and wham bam, thank you, Grayson Waller, right? But man, the disrespect to Triple H, Nick Aldis had to step in like, hold on, a clown down.
I'm gonna put that on the shirt.
Yeah. A clown down. What? I was like, oh no, that was hilarious. I couldn't even hold it in. But he told him, you know, if you do any disrespect like that again, you know, it's gonna be something gonna happen to the A clown down. But that was hilarious. And then he introduced it's gonna be a four-way, fatal four-way, right? Tag team matchup. Then it's gonna be who we got? AOP, A Clown down, Street Profits, New Catch Republic, AOP, and Legados del Fantasma for the number one spot. Who was your pick right off the back when you heard who is going to be?
So, of course, we always have to do who we want and who we think. So, who I wanted was New Catch Republic. I feel like I know, right? That was a
hey, you know what? And maybe because you're here with me alone, and Cody's not here, and I ain't got nobody to disagree with. But what you see when you said New Catch Republic, I like, goddamn, this is the first time we disagree, Brittany. Because
I'm sorry. So
it's good.
I really want to I want them to get a chance at the titles, and they will eventually. But that's who I wanted. But I already knew once they announced that they were going to do a Fatal 4, I said, okay, so it's definitely going to be the Street Profits, which is fine. That
was my pick.
Oh,
But for some reason, just in my little heart, for just a split second, I was like, what if they let AOP win? Because listen, I like New Catch Republic. I like them, but not Not much. They're giving them a lot of wins against these big giants. And then for a second there, I'm like, man, if they let New Catch Republic win, like, man. But there was one spot that I did appreciate, where and I'm sure everybody got to pop at home about it. When Tyler Bate tried to pick up one of the AOP, and then everybody helped him, right?
Yep.
And then he got him up. Then when he started doing the airplane, and I was like, oh, come on, cut the shenanigans. Come on. And right when I was about to get pissed off, here comes my boy Legado de Bang. Cut the silliness out of here. They stopped it. I was like, finally.
Yeah.
And then AOP went on a tirade for like about a good 2 minutes. They cleared the house. They went to commercial break. And then they came back, and somebody was in a bear hug when they came back off a commercial break. I thought that was funny. A lot of I just need to throw in there before I give you your final thoughts on this big old four-way tag match. The production value of SmackDown has just through the roof. And I'm if you're like me, if you're a production whore like me, you like the little graphics that just shoot out that say this, the little graphics. Now they had Morgan and Morgan in the top left hand corner. Morgan and Morgan got some space, boy. Hey, I'm from Chicago. I'm in Florida right now for the past decade. But I didn't know about Morgan in Chicago till I moved out here. But now he's everywhere. But I was like, damn, Morgan on SmackDown. Like, what the hell?
Everywhere.
But all the little things, the camera angles that now, I'm not going to say names, but people on other days are copying camera angles. Have you noticed?
I've noticed. I've noticed.
Oh, now the nerds are going to come up and be like, no, they were doing it first. Whatever. Also, I need to throw in, I ain't the only one that's seen it, Fireflies.
Yep, I saw that too.
Yeah. You seen the Fireflies?
I did.
They dimmed the house lights down. They had the focus lights on the match, but then so we could all see Fireflies. And I was like, hold on, that's the crowd? No, I was trying to look if it was, WWE employees out there, but no, but it was a lot. And then all you need is like five little bait people in there to spark it up, and then everybody's gonna spark it up. So I did forget to mention there was a little glitch in the QR code when Triple H was walking up the ring, down the ramp. So we know it's coming.
It's coming.
And there's a lot of people saying that he's gonna no. Don't even start coming in with this attitude. Oh, he's gonna mess it up and stuff like that. Listen, I'm gonna be very honest with you. When Bo Dallas was Bo Dallas, his little voice annoyed me. But he's been out the loop for a while, and we seen him on the documentary, and he's coming of age, and there's no way in hell the WWE is gonna let him mess this up.
Right.
Let anybody involved mess this up. I that's the way I think. Because hashtag for Bray. Yep. Come on, they're not going to let him mess it up. But what are your thoughts on all of this that I just bumbled in?
So I think with the match, I think that was a beautiful display of each team's talent. Of course, I'm a fan of like high spots, jumping off the top rope.
Because it got
pretty
spotty.
Much everybody did it.
It got spotty. It got spotty. I was like, oh, what?
Everybody jumping. Everybody.
Is it when? Is it Saturday or Friday? What?
Right. I'm just glad everybody got a chance to display like their true talent. So kudos to creative for that one. Like I said, kudos to Street Profits. I feel like I do have a soft spot for Street Profits, especially after watching Love and WWE. Montez just still trying to find his way, trying to find his path as a wrestler. So I'm glad that
I haven't started watching that. I haven't started.
It's real quick. It's a quick watch.
I want to watch it, but I'm gonna admit something right here publicly on Dirt Sheet Radio. I used to watch Total Divas, like the first 3 seasons. That was a little guilty pleasure. And then they fell off, and I fell off with them, and they disappointed me. So that's why I haven't got around to Love and Wrestling. But I've been trying to convince my girl, like, hey, sit down and watch this with me, so I can have an excuse, and I can be like, oh, she's the one that wanted to watch it.
But yeah, it's a quick watch. But it's pretty cool. But like I said, in that show, it literally highlights Montez and of course his frustrations with finding his way, all while Bianca literally just been thriving. But so kudos to Street Profits with Bray. So I agree with you there. I definitely have no doubts that this is gonna be a flop. I think this is definitely gonna be something literally especially good for Bo. I mean, because you know, carrying on Bray's legacy. And I think I'm pretty sure they've been in the back, like taking their time mapping out how we're gonna go from A to Z as far as bringing Uncle Howdy back. If we bringing back the Funhouse characters, how we're gonna do this and honor Bray at the same time. So I'm here for it. I don't like that people are shutting it down before they give it a chance. It's almost like the Funhouse when we saw that very first episode of Firefly Funhouse. People threw it away before they even gave it a chance to let it really cook, and we saw what happened. So, but I think it's a good idea. You can tell Bo, even back then, that he was looking forward to wrestling again after Bray got released. So even though Bray is not here, you know, it sucks. I still feel like he, you know, should be here because I get emotional when I think about it or talk about it. But I think this is good and therapeutic for Bo. So let him cook. I'm pretty sure he's not alone in the creative process, but I feel like this is more needed for him as far as his closure and as far as Bray, because the character does not have the chapter's not closed on the character. So we have to close it. So I think it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I can't agree with you anymore. I can't wait till they make the official debut and what capacity. There's
which I'm wondering when. It's hard to pinpoint when it's actually going to happen.
It might happen at Backlash because those little messages are coming more frequently. But yeah, so I can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be real awesome. But yeah, that match did get a little spotty there.
It did.
and I was like, oh wait, it's getting a little bit spotty. And then they finished it off. I like the Street Profits. I think it's time for the Street Profits for like a real push.
Yep, I agree.
Get them tag titles and a real push for a while. They had a little something backstage. Bailey, a little rah promo backstage for Bailey. And then we shoot over to Solo again. They can't find KO. They're still looking for KO. Oh, man. But,
sir.
They found him. They didn't found him. Our boy, our new member of the Bloodline, the MFT, whatever the fuck that is, my fucking Tonga, whatever the my fucking Tonga, whatever the fuck that is. He found KO. Not only did he find KO, he whooped him up before we even seen him. He came out bloody. Brittany, he came out bloody.
We got some nice little color. It was nice. It was
nice. It wasn't too much. It wasn't a little bit. It was just one side. They made sure they caught it on camera for us a couple of times. Right? Oh, man. What were your thoughts on that?
So I was trying to put the pieces together. I'm going to assume it has something to do with how KO reacted to the Bloodline not having a locker room anymore from last week. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, listen. There was a lot of videos out there after WrestleMania that made people cry.
Yeah.
About Roman.
Yeah.
You know, and they weren't crying for Roman. They're crying for the happy jubilation for Cody. There was one video that made me cry for Roman. The one where he was walking up the ramp and all these some bitches that he beat up in the last 4 years ran right past him, didn't even say nothing to him, and then they ran and they hoisted up like he won the fucking Super Bowl in 1985, right?
Yep.
So maybe that's number one. I think they're gonna go
Yeah.
start getting everybody that he beat up, that hoisted up Cody.
The only person
It
that
wasn't
maybe
everybody. The New Day wasn't out there. Where they?
no,
The New Day
nope,
wasn't out there hoisting up
nope,
Cody. It was
nope.
only Sami Zayn, KO, Randy Orton. But Randy Orton, he had that.
And
that
then
Randy Orton look.
Randy, if you pay attention, Randy gave the respect before he walked to the ring. So
Yes.
Randy may be spared.
But Randy wasn't smiley when they were
Right.
hoisting him up. He was
Right.
looking at that title like, yeah, motherfucker.
You already know.
Yeah. So is it gonna be everybody that snubbed Roman, or everybody that walked past Roman, or everybody that Roman beat up, or or anybody that's Cody?
Now that you've mentioned it, I like that. I like that idea. Go after everybody who Roman beat and also went out to celebrate Cody's win. I do like that. And KO was literally one of the biggest cheerleaders. So that makes sense too. That makes sense.
And if that makes sense, then why wouldn't it be where's Cody? Oh, but Cody, we seen later on shoot a promo from a house show in O2 London.
Yep.
And they told him, who's the number one contender. So that's why.
Yep.
But we don't know. We're gonna find out what's gonna happen, right? With KO and Solo.
I was trying to even go further back. Like I'm trying to go back to, did Tama and KO have history back then? Like did they have like some I'm trying to tie all type of pieces in together for that one.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if Tama Tonga, because he was strictly New Japan.
Right.
So, and I don't know if Tama Tonga ever met up with Kevin Steen.
Okay.
On the Indies. I don't know that one.
But
we're gonna have to hit the history books for that one.
It's definitely refreshing, and I'm definitely curious now, like with this big momentum this new Bloodline story is getting, I'm wondering if they are still going to keep all of them together. Like I got a feeling that
there's a split coming.
So if I have to choose who getting split, I think it would probably be Roman and Jimmy. That's just my opinion.
Now, let's not gloss over the fact that they were like, you suck chance at Solo, and we want Roman chance. Yo, 3 weeks ago, Roman was the bad guy, y'all.
Yep.
And now we love him because of all that he did for wrestling during this little 4-year period.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a boom because we as viewers, as fans, we are the fourth wall. We're just as part of the show as, as the guy ringing the bell, as the announcer, as, because as we learned during the pandemic, ain't no fans. I didn't watch. I watched the first 5 minutes to keep up with the story, and then I changed the channel and I watched them now. I didn't watch during the pandemic. I don't want to watch them.
It was a hard watch.
Because it looked like they were just, I had a private video camera to the production center, to the performance center, right?
It was not it was literally up until Roman came back. That's when I started back watching again. But anything before that, it just, I don't know. It was just like not having the crowd noise in there. And then this is before the Thunderdome. So that empty building, it just didn't really click for me.
I think Roman comes back. I guess the twins are going to get back together because Jimmy got beat up by Tama Tonga and Solo. It might be, we're waiting for Jacob to come.
And that's the crazy thing. Woo! This story is already cooking and Jacob is not even here yet.
Right. He's not here yet. But what if around Survivor Series, The Rock comes back? The Rock chooses a side.
Yep.
Jacob's on one side. We have like a whole Samoan War Games, Civil War, Bloodline type thing. Oh man. Oh man. That'd be crazy.
That book that like they even with me back then, like how can they stretch this feud? Whoever they were going against back last year, I'm like, how can they stretch this all the way to Survivor Series? Because we need that in the War Games match. I now have no doubt that they can take this all the way to November. I have no doubt.
And let's not forget about more little nuggets. They just sprinkles on the story because we didn't even see Paul. Not Paul, but we didn't see Tama Tonga. We didn't see Solo Sikoa out in the parking lot. But we see Nick Aldis and we see Paul Heyman. And they're like, whose cars are those? and two cars are crashed into each other, which gives us the illusion that they continued to fight outside. Somebody tried to get away in their rental car. The other party jumped in their car and they crashed or they rammed each other. That gives us, you don't got to show us physically.
We don't need all of it.
This is just storytelling, attitude era 101, right? A screenshot to a limo explosion. Boom! Oh, it was Vince in there, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think with
like
that
to just add to the story and make me more intrigued and just keep us captivated every Friday.
Yep. Let us figure out what happened. Let us figure out what led to the cars hitting each other like that. Like, let us figure out. We don't even need to see exclusive footage. Just let us cook. Let us come up with our own story, how we figure out how that happened. Yeah.
Show me Rikishi running somebody over for the Rock in 2024. I did it for the Rock while he was at making movies. I don't know. I'm
good
old
stuff.
School. It was Carlitos versus Escobar. After that, I was still juiced up from this whole Bloodline segment. I'm on the computer. I'm looking. I'm doing thumbnails for our show and all of this. And I called it. Escobar wins. He wins cleanly, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He did.
Does this finish the Latino on Latino crime? Me being a Latin person, I'm starting to get offended. Damn it! Come on now, it's LWO. Don't gotta face LWO version 2 for months and months and months. There's a lot of tag teams out there. Let's spread the love. What are your thoughts on that? I'm sure you probably seen more of this match than I did.
So I was like you, I was scrolling because I'm trying to get everybody reaction on how they felt about that second part of the Bloodline. I was like, okay, I'm trying to focus on this for the recording purposes, but I can't. It's hard. But all I can say about this ordeal is that Carlito heel turn is gonna hit like crack in the 90s. I cannot wait.
It's coming. Somebody's gonna get the apple spin in the face. I know the new generation is ready because there's a lot of people out there clamoring. We want the Attitude Era, and they're giving you chunks of it. And there's a lot of crying out there. But hey, wait until they get to Netflix and give me an oh hell yeah to that one because
no censoring.
I'm expecting something from Netflix. I don't even know. But it's going to be something special. I can't wait. And then NXT's moving into their slot in USA. NXT is going to get a production upgrade too. It's going to be
SmackDown going to USA. Yeah.
Man, I don't know, but it's time for ladies first. I don't know on this one.
I don't know either.
I was just so enamored by all the good shit. It was hard to find some enhancement.
I honestly
looking over my note. Here it is. Go ahead. You go first.
So, okay, if I had to choose, I'm gonna choose. Oh no, I don't know. I'm gonna take it to the backstage, and this is just light work. I'm gonna have to give it to Kayla. The only reason I'm gonna give it to Kayla tonight is because Kayla did not show no real interest in that interview with Naomi. Like, I don't know, like something didn't read.
We forgot about that. At the main event, they had Damage Control in the skybox, and then Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair. We forgot. We didn't talk about that. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I wanted them to go at it up there in the skybox.
I did too, and I thought they would, but they didn't. Okay, so that part.
Dangerous.
Scratch that out. I'm giving that part. I definitely, and so I'm gonna give the job to the creatives who booked that part, because easily that could have been a good spot for Bianca and Jay to kind of like go at it with Kyrie and Oscar for a little bit. There it is.
All right.
There it is.
I agree with that one. But when you give it some thought, and it was right there in front of our face all night, it goes to Solo Sikoa for not explaining what the fuck is MFT. You need to explain You need to explain for the writer, whoever it said MFT in the script or whatever it is. If there's some, they need to explain that. They should explain that. So that's I don't know, because I didn't really find nothing else besides that. Other than the fact,
which is a good thing. It's a good thing, but goodness.
Other than the fact in the tag match, they all jobbed a little bit with an extra spot fest,
right?
Once or twice, so they all did the job just for the pop on that one. On that one, Megastar of the night. Who you got?
Ooh, so I got a couple.
The writer.
I got a couple. I'm gonna have to give it to the creative.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to the creative. Well done with this episode. Like, you know, you got a good episode if you cannot come up with a jobber of the night. That lets you know you cooked up something really, really immaculate. So shout out to everybody who was at that table putting this episode together, and shout out to whoever designed the tag team belts. Those are my.
Hold on. I gotta do the little graphic because we're going into the Megastar of the night right now.
Okay.
I played the graphic. There it is. Megastar of the night. Who's your official Megastar of the night?
WWE Creative.
Yes.
One, I'm saying once again, they did a spectacular job putting this episode together. Like, you know, sometimes after Mania, things kind of fizzle. It gets a little dull. You try to just ride the wave until the draft. But this episode absolutely cooked. So shout out to the creator for giving us a solid episode top to bottom. And like I said, you know you got a good episode if you cannot find anything bad. So shout out to creative and shout out to whoever took their time to design that tag team belt. Those are mine tonight.
Yeah, whoever, and we know who, Triple H, right? We know who, whoever was in charge of bringing out those tag team belts, because they threw a curveball at us. I thought it was I thought it was gonna be like, you know, just a little version of the little belt, or you know, just a small tag team version of the other belt, like they did on Monday night. But my megastar tonight, it's gonna have to be Tama Tonga. He was seek and destroy. He understood the assignment. Where's KO? Where's KO? Paul Heyman didn't understand the assignment. Tama Tonga understood the assignment, executed the plan, and man, that was great. And usually that's something they would end the show off,
right?
But that was just a big chunk of the middle of the show, 9 o'clock hour.
And did you see like that look in Tama's eyes? Like, I'm like, he literally belongs here. Like, that look was, it was scary. It was terrifying. I cannot absolutely wait to see what Tama adds to the bloodline. Fantastic. Welcome to the WWE, Tama. I'm happy you're here.
Can you imagine if he would have not cut his hair off? And he would have came with the face paint.
The face paint, yeah.
Like, oh man, like I think that would have been too hardcore for this.
Or like he showed up early in the episode in just his suit, no face paint, and then he came out with face paint. Like, imagine how dope that would have been.
Right. I hope it comes.
It should definitely come.
Yeah, I hope it comes at some point or another. All right, let us know, Brittany, where you're gonna be at. Excuse me, where you're gonna be at from Thursday to Saturday or what, all the days that you're not here.
All right, make sure y'all follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My handles are both the same, so that's B-Ray Jones, BeeRayJones. You'll catch me on the Backlash recap when that comes along with Dirt Sheet Radio. But yeah, that's it. Make sure y'all follow me and chat with your girl.
All right, and I am Small Austin 316. You could catch me this Saturday on 2KWE Wrestling Gamertainment Entertainment, and it's the biggest event of the year for the 2KWE. Night 2 a virtual Mania 6. We done already gave away prizes. We gave away WrestleMania cups. We gave away WrestleMania hats from WrestleMania 40. This Sunday, we're giving away WWF figures. We're having wrestling. We're having virtual fun. It's the biggest virtual wrestling event of the year. 2KWE Virtual Mania 6. You're not going to want to miss out on that. All right, Brittany, what a great show. We held it down. These guys missed out on a good show.
Oh yeah, it was a good one tonight.
I was looking forward to seeing what these guys thought about stuff, but unfortunately, Cody got some power outage out there in the rough, mean streets of Canada. They got some power outage, so we'll see him next week. And thanks for joining me, B-Ray. I have fun as always. All right, this has been Dirt Sheet Radio, SmackDown Rewind number 19.
Bro, like, how bad is this, Jeff, when the wrestlers are crying in the ring every week? Literally.
The theory that it was inaudible because
at the same time that they've been, feeding into you this idea that you're supposed
And make us think that he about to talk about this person, period. So I'm like, it doesn't necessarily count as a rep, it's not a, kendo stick or anything like that.
And I don't like that idea. He wouldn't have had a promo. But, like,
for realizing like this is the first time Logan Paul has shown up since he won.
He said, "You're out here. You're out here."
Do we push him to the back or what?